Hey everybody, I am filming from the shores of beautiful Lake Padden here in Bellingham. I'm fresh off a road trip, just got back a couple days ago, and on one segment of the trip on the way back from Las Vegas, I got to thinking, I wonder just how far I can push the Ioniq 5 to travel in one day. Now, mind you, these weren't ideal conditions because the temperatures were between 30 to 40 degrees for most of the day. Also, this route that I picked, it's not flat. There's a few spots where you're climbing some mountain passes, so once you get into Oregon. So with that said, I just want to take a brief moment to thank all of those that have liked and subscribed and have left thought-provoking comments on our videos. Really appreciate the little bit of extra effort you put into making this process educational and a dialogue. That's the reason I do this. I really enjoy sharing the things that I've learned about electric travel. So anyway, please like and subscribe, and let's keep the conversation going. Now, let's travel back in time 3 days ago to St. George, Utah, and enjoy the journey. Good morning from St. George, Utah. Stayed the night at this hotel here, and I'm about to take off on another long journey. This hotel is only an hour and a half about from downtown Las Vegas, and it's got a number of charging stations. Here you can see it's got two different of the Clipper Creek charging stations. It has 4 of the Tesla charging units. But as you can see, there's only 1 available parking spot as the rest have been iced. Hotels need to put out green cones. Charged to about 93% overnight. And why is it so important to be able to find overnight charging? Well, the big reason is if you put off charging, especially in the winter time, you're gonna be charging first thing in the morning with a cold battery. And instead of a half-hour charge that you would have experienced the night before, it could be up to 2 hours DC fast charging. It's a really pretty drive. Where I currently am, it's 41. I've seen as low as 39. So it's definitely getting colder. In the states where the speed limit is really high, like 75, 80, 85, I don't usually go the speed limit just because it really kills your overall range. Instead of getting 3 miles per kilowatt, you end up getting like 2. So anyway, today I think I'm gonna, just to showcase what's possible when you go the speed limit, I'm gonna try to stick to the speed limits as much as possible, which right now currently that's 80 miles per hour. I am almost at 50 miles into my journey, and we're at 2 miles a kilowatt, still cruising at 80 miles an hour. So my range is dropping considerably. I am now charging. So you can see I got down to about 35% on my battery. I drove 106 miles, got 2.3 miles per kilowatt. Already at 82 kilowatt, which that's good. Obviously the battery's a little bit warmer. Well, I am now at charger number 3 here at Beaver, Utah. The first couple of chargers that I tried out the window there, one would only let me charge for 5 minutes, and the other 2 just kept bouncing around. It would start the charge and then stop the charge. So yeah, something's going on with the chargers here. Hopefully this one will give me a full uninterrupted charge. Okay, it's a little after 9 a.m. and I'm about to unplug. You can see my charge is slowing down and I'm nearing 90%. Been charging on charger number 3, so third time was a charm, for about 27 minutes. So I think I got about 5% battery capacity on the first 2 charges. Back on the road, traveling at 80 miles an hour. My next stop is 144 miles away at Spanish Fork, Utah. Well, I've driven 74 miles. I have 73 miles remaining to Spanish Fork. I'm at 55% battery state of charge, and I've averaged 2.7 miles per kilowatt hour. Yeah, making good time. So that arrival will put me there right at 11 o'clock. I am charging in Spanish Fork, Utah. Getting about 74 kilowatt. So I want to get up to Idaho, but the first charger that I would hit in Idaho is 230 miles away. So that would mean I'd have to charge for a really long time here now, which would take longer because I'm trying to get, you know, a full charge. Charging speed's always slow as you get closer to full. Or I can just do a half charge and go 107 miles to Perry, Utah. I would prefer to travel about 140 or 150 miles like I just did. As of right now, especially with Electrify America, there's just not enough options out there in more remote parts of the country, so you're limited. I think it's about 39 degrees here in Spanish Fork. I'm just about ready to unplug, but I'm finally charging really fast. Been charging 32 minutes, gone from 12% to 73%. I think I'm gonna wait a little bit for that charging rate to drop, then I'll unplug and hit the road. All right, time for an update. I've driven 54 miles. I have 52 miles remaining to my charging destination. I've got 62% battery. I'm still traveling mostly at 70 miles an hour, but constantly surrounded by other cars. So I've averaged 4 miles per kilowatt hour. So that's pretty awesome efficiency. And it's warmed up some. It's about 54 degrees. I am now in Perry, Utah. Arrived with about 45% battery, 106 miles driven, hour and a half about. 4.1 miles per kilowatt hour. That's pretty amazing. And we're here just starting our charge at 116. Let's see where we're at. I haven't been here too long. Okay, 16 minutes. Charging at 116 kilowatts. And I've gone from 45 to almost 75. Okay, so it's 126 miles to the next stop in Idaho. And the next charger beyond that is 240 miles away. So once again, I'm not going to be able to skip a charger. This is a really windy day, and there is... it's just really wide open and not a lot of traffic on this next leg, so I think my efficiency is going to be really bad. So I'm going to charge just a little bit longer, and then I'll take off. Okay, so I'm driving through southern Idaho in practically a blizzard. Pretty crazy. I've slowed down to 60 something miles per hour just to be safer. Well, the snow's accumulating a little bit on the road, and so now I'm in a caravan of people going about 44 miles per hour. I've seen one vehicle off in the ditch, so best to take it easy. So I've been charging for 12 minutes. I've been at 70s for kilowatts the whole time. Yeah, I'm still only at 30%. I might be here a while. The next place I want to stop is in Boise, and that's about 165 miles away from here. So, and charging at the Stinker store in Hayburn, Idaho. All right, this is definitely my longest charge of the day. I've been here 42 minutes to get from 12% to 84%. It's about 4:15. I'm about to unplug and head to Boise. I've got these new solar panels, which were not here before, so kind of a cool addition. The equipment is still the old stuff that they always had. Well, it's a beautiful evening. I've driven 114 miles. My battery is at 30%. I have another 48 miles to go to get to Boise, and I've been averaging about 2.6 miles per kilowatt. All right, I've been charging 20 minutes, finally getting faster speeds. Started at 2%, I'm now closing in on 50%. I'm gonna charge for a while longer. There's going to be a lot of hill climbing, and I need a pretty full battery for getting to the next stop. So, at the Walmart in Boise, Idaho. I've done a extra long charge this time. Been charging about 50 minutes. Got up to 97%. I'm about to unplug and hit the road. I'm expecting some hill climbing and significant wind, and maybe even a little bit of snow. But the roads do look passable up ahead to La Grande, Oregon. But I know there is a mountain pass, which is why I wanted to top my battery up. But anyway, yeah. Hitting the road from Boise at about 7:40. In the middle of nowhere in northeastern Oregon. On my way to Island City near La Grande. I've traveled halfway along this leg of the journey. I've done 86 miles, and I've got 62% of my battery left. It's saying I have a rated range of 124, and I have 82 miles left to travel. Got here at about 9:15, and I've been charging for a little while now. You can see it's 9:33 p.m. The speeds have just been so slow, and this is because the rear-wheel drive car means there's no battery preconditioning while I'm driving. So I'm at the mercy of ambient temperature, and yeah. So I just gotta wait for the battery to warm up, but that means slow charging. I've only got to go 80 miles to the next charger at Hermiston. Yeah, which I think I'll definitely stop at because it's right off the freeway. So slow. Anyway, I'm gonna stop the charge here real soon and get on the road. Okay, I've made it the 80 miles from Island City to Hermiston, Oregon. It's just a little after 11 o'clock. I'm at the Space Age Fuel Quick Mart. Looks like they just closed. Yeah, getting 68 kilowatt. It's only 40 miles from here to my hotel. There is a charger at the hotel, but it could be blocked. So I'm gonna give myself a bit of a buffer. It was a lot of downhill, so that helped me achieve that 3.1 mile per kilowatt. Oh, these charging speeds are depressing. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the charge as I've got plenty of range, but I would have liked to have had a bigger buffer, but I don't want to charge any longer. So after 17 minutes and only 19 kilowatts, I'm gonna stop the charge. Okay, well, it's a little after midnight and I am charging here at the hotel in Kennewick, Washington. And I think, haven't calculated it out, but I did a little over 900 miles today. And I just have a couple hundred more to go tomorrow. But yeah, that shows you, even in cold temperatures, with, one section in the snow, you can cover a lot of distance in an electric car in one day.